case study of about the gift city. Respected IS members and ladies and gentlemen, I will not take much of your time, and rather than I'm starting from the beginning my presentation, I would like to start it with end, where I want to show a video which will give you what is all about smart infrastructure which we are trying to develop, like power, water, district cooling system, transportation, solid waste management system, and the advanced infrastructure management system. Make it little bit louder, which can audible to the audience.
Infrastructure, which makes GIFT a smart city. At GIFT, the power reliability is 99.999%, implying an annual outage of 5.3 minutes. It will have a feed of 750 megawatt from two 400 kV lines. Receiving substation will be a gas-insulated switchgear substation. 20% of total load is assumed as emergency requirement and shall be generated through in-house gas-based power plant. Power distribution will be via utility trenches through HT cables at 33 kV. Compact substations, depending on the load density, shall be placed at the refuge floors of tall buildings to enable connectivity to all floors and minimize distribution losses. District cooling system. GIFT will be India's first ever model of city-wide district cooling system, a highly energy efficient system that will air condition the city. The cooling demand will be met through GIFT's decentralized, modular and interconnected DCS plants to meet the SEZ and non-SEZ requirements efficiently. Chilled water will be produced at 4.5 degrees Celsius at the DCS plant and distributed via pre-insulated pipes through trenches to energy transfer stations located at the basements of each building. The BTU metering will be provided at the primary site of the energy transfer station at the individual building location to measure the chilled water consumption by each building. The returned water will be carried back to the DCS plant to reject the heat by using the cooling towers. Additionally, a thermal storage will be charged at night hours between 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. to utilize the night better demand management. DCS by design will overall improve efficiency, conserve energy, pace, and reduce environmental impact. Integrated water management system. GIFT's entire water requirement will be met from the Narmada Canal via the dedicated raw water pumping station at Nahoi, which is 11 kilometers away. With Suketu Modi being the receiving point, as well as doubling up as master reservoir, storing up to 15 days water requirement of the whole city. From Suketu Modi, the water will be pumped to water treatment plants, positioned and designed for efficient and equitable distribution of water system in grid or loop pattern. In line with sustainable infrastructure vision, GIFT is planned for zero discharge. 100% wastewater and HVAC blowdown water will be tertiary treated to the desired quality and recycled to use for DCS, flushing and horticulture purposes. Automated waste collection and segregation. Automated waste collection and segregation system will source all the waste generated from various establishments and green areas at GIFT. It will be conveyed through the chute by gravity and stored in temporary storage section. The solid waste from temporary storage section will be conveyed to the central waste handling facility through automated waste collection system. The recyclable waste will go to the recycling vendor and compacted non-recyclable waste will go to the landfill or waste to energy plant. Integrated integrated transport system would automatically direct the private vehicles coming to GIFT to multi-level parking zones located conveniently at 9 locations across the city. Those reaching by public transport such as metro and BRTS would have access to a well-connected network of elevated walkways and shaded sidewalks leading to the respective building blocks, uninterrupted by the vehicular traffic. The main arterial road network is designed for signal-free movement of vehicles through an inclusive network of grade separators at intersections with intuitive traffic signages. Advanced infrastructure system and management. A dedicated utility service corridor housed in huge underground trenches works as the lifeline for GIFT. It facilitates, monitors and manages the utility network of the entire city. The utility trench is laid alongside the road measuring about 7.6 meters by 6.2 meters, which is divided into wet and dry sections to carry all the trunk utilities till the block perimeter. For hassle-free operations, a designated maintenance vehicle corridor with overhead gantry crane is provided. All the piping and instrumentation is sensor-based and coordinated with the centralized City Command and Control Center. In case of any fault, the information shall be relayed at C4 in real time and will be attended immediately. Intelligent Building Management System and Intelligent Infrastructure Management System. GIFT adheres to the most advanced building and infrastructure management systems. IBMS and IIMS is implemented as an integrated open solution which enables all-time connectivity with the centralized City Command and Control Center. Developers and enterprises can make use of the flexibility of IP technologies to realize interoperability and convergence. Intelligent Building Management System will enable energy management by HVAC and lighting control, water monitoring, facility management, safety and security for its occupants by fire detection and alarm system, evacuation and public address system, security and surveillance, access control system, and parking management. ICT infrastructure and GIFT, the Information and Communication Technology ICT, is built to deliver competitive advantage to organizations operating regionally and globally with its pre-enabled on-demand infrastructure. The ICT infrastructure includes 24/7 high-speed connectivity across the campus, on-the-move connectivity across the city by pervasive Wi-Fi network, and highly secured Tier 3-4 data centers offering highest uptime available. The ready-to-use platforms such as cloud computing, financial extranets, dedicated access to closed user groups, City e-portal, IPTV, internet gateways using fiber to the premises technology are all built on green ethos. GIFT, an international financial hub in the making.
I hope this audiovisual is important and you can understand what we are trying to develop here. And thank you so much some of the people who are really keen to see that by waking up themselves. The only objective is before starting up this project, when I joined this project and take the responsibility to develop as a smart city, I just want to touch upon the only limited points which I feel it's very important to understand. As I started my career as ICT, information and communication technology, and developing the smart city, and my learning is that before basically developing the smart city, it is very important to understand the people, because you know, when we are talking about machine to machine communication, it is very important that machine has to be create a comfort zone to the people where they are work, live and play, and comfort zone for each people would be different, each person rather I can say. And before started this project and keep this in mind to develop a smart city, I wanted to basically create a machine-to-machine communication system which is kind of a paisa vasool. If I am putting something, I should gain. Otherwise, there is no point basically to create a smart city out of it, and people has to basically get the advantage of it. Secondly, most important point, which before starting this job, to delivery of the proactive services rather than reactive services at the right time to the people, and make the system more scalable and mature. Why I am saying this, like before coming to this event, I supposed to drop my son at my school, and before the moment I left my son at the bus stop with other colleagues, I got the SMS saying that there is a strike of drivers, and there is no point to basically send your child at school. So the delivery of information was not sent at the right time. So that is the reason why I am saying that make it more mature and scalable, because it was triggered last night and the message was not received at the right point of time. So these are the 3 points basically which I wanted to cover in this presentation, which is very useful considering the machine-to-machine communication and the integration with the smart city. Only one slide I will take you through about the brief on the project. This is a joint venture between Government of Gujarat and ILNFS, and the 50-50 joint venture partnership between both the companies. On behalf of, there is a company called Gujarat Urban Development Company has signed the MOUs with ILNFS. The idea is basically to develop a gift city as a global financial hub, including the smart city concept, where we are trying to develop the globally benchmark international financial center, because we are running with only 30% of the financial services compared to the globe. So we can imagine where we are standing in terms of financial growth. Strategically located in the Gujarat region, it is envisaged that we will create a 0.5 million direct and 0.5 million indirect job. The target audience is the financial services and institutions, IT, ITA service sectors. First of its kind development in the scale, in terms of scale, scope and quality. And what we are trying to deliver is the state-of-the-art infrastructure. This is the location where GIFT is strategically located. It's exactly 12 kilometers away from the Ahmedabad International Airport and on the bank of the river Sabarmati. This is the master plan. So total development area is around 3.6 square meters. So and the total built-up area which is sellable to the user is around 62 million square feet. Out of 100%, around 67 million square feet is a commercial area, around 22% is a residential area, and around 11% is a social infrastructure. Because what we think is to create only the this commercial area and residential area is not enough. People have to have place where they can go to the schools, enjoy the hotels. So as a part of the social infrastructure, we are trying to develop schools, hotels, hospitals, convention cum exhibition centers would be a part of the overall development. These are the important components. City will not become smart by only developing the power, water, gas and all that. You should have a very, very strategically site development, road and transportation, water system, ICT, power generation and distribution, district cooling system. This is the first time which we are developing this district cooling system in India, where you no need to basically install the split AC or window AC in your office or a residential area. This is the central location where we will get the chill water supply to the building, and from the building it will distribute it to each floor. Domestic gas distribution, waste management system, landscaping is very, very important while we are talking about the city development, and the maintenance system. And what we have tried to do is basically collaborate all these parts to make it integrated with each other and create a ICT as a backbone. One of the person from audience was talking about how they integrate. So we are really doing the integrated part of all the services together, and I'll show you how we are going to do that. As this is already smart water infrastructure which we are trying to develop, which you have seen in the movie, where we are trying to develop the smart metering, leak detection and the controller of the water management system. anything, if the water, any people can drink the water from any tap in the city, even in the outside of the residential apartment as well. Smart district cooling system, solid waste management system, which will be automatically collection system, transportation and segregation system, and the system will throw into disposal into the chute. Computer control the access, waste shoved through the pipes by the 90 km per second, because we want to give the responsibility to the people rather than collection at the home, they have to throw the garbage by their own. So this is the how which we are trying to develop the automated waste management system by the putting collection from the building, collection from the public space, it will go in the chute, separate collection in pits, and it will be transferred by the utility trench and segregation at the treatment plant. This is very unique concept, very few places in the world has been implemented and successful. This is a central utility trench where all the cables, whether it's a pipe system, wet system or a dry system, will be traveling from this utility tunnel which is underground. It is access to the roads and ventilation and lighting, which will be taking care of the firefighting system as well. Where you can see the upper part is the dry section where the power cable will go up, and if you see the wet section, which will be the below, which will take care of your water, automated waste collection system and district cooling kind of systems, and taking to the each of the building basement where there is a connectivity given to the building. This is the ICT vision, where we are trying to create an infrastructure, services and platform and offer the financial services to the enterprise as a significant competitive advantage to operate regionally and globally. These are the few services which I will not touch upon right now because of the time constraint. But most important thing which we are trying to develop is a ring network with the 100% redundancy. If you look at this image, where we are trying to create a MMR room, which we called as a meet me room, where we can host where all the telecom service provider can come and terminate their infrastructure, and last mile is our responsibility to provide the connectivity to the end user. The reason we do not want all the service provider to dig the city again and again and make the city disturb. And this city will be directly connected with the international gateway providers as well as the national gateway providers. So if you look at in terms of what we need to lay is around 5,268 kilometers fiber with the future-proof, future-enabled capacity, which is equivalent to Ahmedabad to Seoul in Korea. This is the data center tier 4, where we would like to host a lot of services for the occupiers coming into the gift city, which is tier 4. TIA 942 compliance standards. This is the very unique concept which we have come up with, and I can assure that I can assure to the audience that I can address some of your questions which we have raised earlier. The city command and control center would take the critical live feed from the all control centers where the sensors and all those sensors and controllers install, and enforce the command center to take the remedial action automatically in case of emergency as well. So this will, like command and control center will comprise of the controlling of the buildings as well as utility infrastructure plant as well. So this is the typical high level architecture where I can see that, where I can show you the integration of all utilities including the building taking place like transportation, gas, power, etc. And it is connected to the central command and control center which we called as a C4. And there is a backbone on IP protocol, and we will convert a lot of protocols from like backnet to IP, Profibus, Modbus protocol, which we connected to the IP network, and then we will get the feed from the live equipments to the central command and control center. This is very interesting, and my favorite slide, which only I want you to understand, this is the architecture which we have built, how the machine to machine communication will take place from the field level to the service level. So we have a C4 out sitting on top of it, where everything is integrated, connected with each other, and you know, in the bottom part you can see there is a building, there are infrastructure, there is a transportation, and there is a value added services. Now here in the building level what we have is sensors, controller and actuators which can take care of the building level IBMS system. and sensors, controls and actuators at the infrastructure utility plant level as well. And there are information kiosk as well, which we are trying to integrate basically to display the advertisement in for the billing, conveniences, civic center, online shopping, leisure, facility management all together. Now, just wanted to make you understand, C4 is a city command and control center, which can be pass on the information to the control center at the infrastructure block plant level. You know, we have segregated all the infrastructure plant in the different places, and which can take the feed from the plant level to the central command and control center, which will be taking care feeds from the infrastructure level and the building level, and they will pass on back information back and forth about the information, and at the end of the this architecture, the field person who are responsible to repair the particular any outage or changing any devices, let's say power for the power or for the water, they will get the notification that this service code, this location, you have to install this part within this time. So this is the level of machine to machine communication architecture which we have prepared. It took 2 years to prepare this slide for me, where the information can flow between back and forth system, and information can pass through the command and control center, which is a service level, to the management level, which can take the decision of the financial obligations, control level and the field level. And what we are trying to develop here is not only the building. We do not want to basically monitor only the building. We want all the infrastructure utility building also to be monitored, and the services. So we have created a distributed network automation system where IBMS and the IAMS can be collaborate with each other and create a unique platform to serve for the users.
Mr. Modi.
Yeah, this is a nice slide. So in terms of somebody was asked what is the smart development part. So these are the few elements which I would like to touch upon. Is the cities, what is the smart development which we are doing in terms of smart landscape development by developing the irrigation system, smart transportation. We have around 1/4 of the 900-acre spaces already connected with, through the irrigation system to basically supply the waters in the area. Very well managed traffic management system, and also we have a 9 multi-level car parking within the area, which can be take care of at least 15,000 cars in a one multi-level parking. Smart streets, where we'll have a digital signages where you want to go and where are you right now. Streetscapes, smart desk, which gave you the information about the city. Smart buildings like office, home, hotels, and urban infrastructure like water system, power, district cooling system, domestic gas, waste management system, and the firefighting system. Thank you so much for listening to me, and